If you're Vinted reselling in 2026 and you're not reselling at least one of the items I mentioned in this video, you are genuinely leaving money on the table. Today I'm breaking down the best items to resell on Vinted in 2026 based off what actually sells. Over the years, I've sold over 20,000 items directly through Vinted, various categories, various niches, and various price points. And these are the items that consistently perform all year round. Let's start with the best Vinted reselling category in my opinion. Footwear is one of the strongest categories on Vinted because shoes are a necessity. You need different shoes for work, to go and do gym, to go out for nice occasions, or just general everyday shoes. You don't even need to be touching hype releases nowadays. Everyday, generic, general release shoes far outperform the hype releases over on Vinted. A couple examples of strong sellers are Nike Air Max 95s, 90s, 97s, Adidas Sambas, Gazelles, Campus, or for example New Balance Runners, Hokas, On Clouds, and there's actually a lot more. These sell well because people use them on an everyday basis. They're the top brands in their niche across all platforms, whether that's secondhand, retail, outlet, anything. And the best part is you can pick them up for as cheap as a tenner on Vinted. I've even seen people getting cheaper than that, which means there's a lot of money to be made. And if this video helps you at least one little bit, feel free to drop a sub to the channel, as this is one of many different Vinted reselling videos I have made over the years. There's a lot more coming soon. Smart shoes, loafers, and work shoes sell really well too because people need them for every day. For me personally, I found Doc Marten loafers sell like absolute hotcakes. People like you and me do not want to pay the full retail value of an item. If you can save some money from paying retail price, why wouldn't you? This year, I've learned that running trainers, football boots, and gym shoes are in a crazy demand and they sell all year round. High ticket runners like Alpha Flies and Addy Zeros are very, very popular, although mid-tier runners like Pegasus or Hoka Cliftons are super popular too. And the same applies to football boots. Buyers would rather save over £100 on buying some pre-loved elites on Vinted rather than paying the full retail because they're going to get battered anyway. And believe it or not, elite boots aren't the only ones that sell. I've sold over 300 pairs of pro boots in 2025 alone. A really easy way to pick what clothing to resell is based on the season that we're currently in. For example, right now we're in winter, so coats, puffers, thick jackets, warm clothing is going to sell really well. However, in summer, shorts, t-shirts, beachwear, summerwear is going to sell better. And if you're looking to resell clothes, I highly recommend stocking up before the next season has even begun. Vintage will always continue to grow. Stuff like Y2K, college sweatshirts, vintage and old Nike and Adidas, graphic t-shirts are always going to perform well because there is a specific client demand for that stuff. However, I am not an expert on vintage reselling. If you want me to make a video trying it out to see how lucrative it really is, let's get this video to 167 likes. Streetwear is always going to be popular. It's something I've actually dealt with before. Brands like Supreme, Palace, Stussy, Bape, and BBC were my top sellers. When I was reselling streetwear, I focused just on t-shirts because you can buy them super cheap, make a nice chunky margin on top, and you'll find that people will often put them into bundles and buy more than one. However, you need to be wary. There are a lot of fakes on the market. There's a constant demand for activewear all year round. People are always going to the gym every single day, and a lot of people wear the bright coloured activewear t-shirts on holiday, to festivals, and even on a day-to-day basis. So people are always in need of it. If you haven't seen my latest reselling challenge, I actually tried to resell activewear myself, and it went down pretty well. So I'd highly recommend to go and have a look at that after this video. Androids and iPhones are actually really good too. People are always looking to upgrade the current model they've got, which means there's a lot of people selling them super cheap because they've actually got their upgrade and they're selling their old phone. However, you always need to make sure you're testing the devices to make sure they're not locked, the batteries are good, and nothing is actually missing from the phone. Believe it or not, people swap out components all the time. The same thing again, people always upgrading their watches to the best, newest version. So Apple Watches and other smart fitness watches sell super well. This one I'm wearing right now is a Series 8 Apple Watch, which I picked up for just £35. I could probably double my money, maybe even triple it if I really wanted to. But you know I'm hitting those fitness goals, so this isn't going anywhere. There's a constant demand for games consoles, controllers and accessories, and games for those consoles. There's such a wide variety of different gaming consoles you can resell. You've obviously got Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Nintendo DS. You've got stuff like PSPs, different accessories. For example, you've got PlayStation VR, Xbox Connect, and the list goes on and on and on. And the demand for this stuff is really good too, because you've got the mixture of the collectors looking to build their collection, people looking to buy, to use the items, and they're looking for all different stuff, which is why bundles of games sell really well. People might have broken controllers, but those are just a few examples. I personally haven't resold gaming consoles just because I haven't got the time, but if you do want me to try that out for a video, let's get this video to 100,000 hype points. You get 3 chances to press the hype point, and every single one will obviously lead to me hopefully getting that 100,000. You can literally sell anything on Vinted. So other electronics that are pretty good are speakers, high ticket headphones, and camera equipment, because people never want to pay full retail. They always want to find a deal. Brands like Lego, Funko, and plenty of other similar items sell so well because the identity is so big for these brands. They practically sell themselves. Now the customer base is so diverse. You've got the mixture of collectors, hobbyists, and generic customers, literally just looking for a new Lego set to build. I'll be honest, I am not an expert on it. I like Lego cars because they look cool on display, but other than that, I am not interested. But if you do want me to make a video on it, just drop a comment down below and tell me, and I'll definitely give it a go, because I believe I can find profit in anything. If you made it this far, this is a little low-key one. Don't tell too many people about it, because there is a lot of money to be made. And it is other random accessories. I'd recommend focusing on branded items. Popular brands always sell well. Stuff like caps, hats, bags, belts. Those sort of stuff sell really well. But let's keep that to ourselves for now. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I would love to make some in detail videos. For example, maybe something like the best sneakers to resell on Vinted in much more detail. However, I need you to support me by subscribing to the channel. And if you want me to make those in detail videos, I will once we hit 7,000 subscribers. And we're not that far off. And those are the best categories to resell on Vinted in 2026 because they suit the platform so well. They're trending, they're affordable, and they're desirable. If this video helped you at least one little bit with your Vinted reselling, then please don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to tell me what you want to master on Vinted reselling in 2026, drop it in the comments section below so I can see. Thank you for watching. Peace.